Hello and welcome back.
Our illustrious champion returns. Welcome home.
What's going on? Hi, everybody. Hello, welcome to the March faction turn. This is faction turn number 21. It is the year 2020, at least where I'm at. And it has been a hell of a month, hasn't it? Since the last time we did a faction turn, it has been, well, let's just say if they started to build artificial intelligences here on Earth in order to attempt to save the human race, I imagine maybe we would all be considering getting onto some spaceships and fleeing through the stargates out into the various sectors. And, you know, honestly, I'm not necessarily sure that if I fled the Earth that Acheron Row would be the place I would want to end up. I feel like Acheron Row is one of those places where it's either things are great or things are total shit, depending on who you are and where you live. But yeah, around here, back on Earth in the year 2020, the distant future of the year 2020, the Earth has been consumed by a terrible plague in which most of us have been forced to stay inside. Do we have any plague worlds in Acheron Row? Are there any planets that are just like taken over by a plague? I mean, we know we have zombies, but I don't know if we have any plague worlds, which is, you know, honestly, probably for the best. Because as it currently stands, even if you wanted to, even if you were one of the more charitable factions, you still don't mechanically have a way to save your people. So I guess I want to start there. Obviously, you know, we did a bunch of work in February on getting the new goals system into place. The Mechanisms Council have offered a bunch of feedback on it. I haven't had a chance to dig through all of that feedback yet. Rest assured, I've been seeing it, but I haven't had an opportunity to really like dig in. I kind of want to do that a little bit off stream and then actually do a dedicated stream where we go through it and we start to kind of adapt and adjust according to the notes that the Mechanisms Council is providing. So yeah, my intention was that during March we would actually get that stuff done. But as a result of the kind of prevailing conditions around here, the increased anxiety and stress, and just the general need to feel like I'm doing things that aren't making me a little bit stir crazy, I really haven't had the opportunity to go back. But I assure you, once we settle into this pattern, we'll come back to it. I feel like March has just been a bit of a slap in the face. And as with getting slapped in the face, sometimes you need a minute to clear the tears and let the sting recede. Situation's not necessarily going to get any better, but at least you have a minute to breathe. So that's kind of what March has been about for me. I hope that you are doing okay. I hope whatever planet or space station or bunker or whatever you have sequestered yourself away in, I hope that you are taking care of yourself and the people around you and that you feel supported. And if not, I hope that you are comfortable reaching out to your internet communities as I have done to you, my beloved space cadets. So thank you for continuing to play this game with me and for submitting your orders and for making cool things for everybody to enjoy. If you haven't checked it out, there's been some really nice propaganda in the propaganda channel on the Discord lately. I always really like that stuff, that kind of in-universe trying to bend people's minds to things. It's pretty cool. And I've got some good audio stuff for you today from the Democratic Mandate, from the Deathless, Triangulum, and House Crux have all submitted some MP3s for you. Some several minutes long. It's getting to the point where I can just start the stream and I'll just play everybody's MP3s and then the stream's over. They're really cool. So I'm really excited to show those off for you today. And I hope that everybody that made them, I hope that you know you're doing cool. You're doing cool shit. And I'm really excited about it. Let's see what else. Let me begin by showing you this incredibly cool map of Acheron Row. So you know this map. We've seen this map, the numbers map. It's very, very good. And it just keeps getting cooler. There's so much good shit in this map. I love it. It's like my favorite piece of game ephemera, and it just keeps getting better. Check this out. So we have a total sector influence wheel now. Look at this thing. God, it's so cool. So here's our total sector influence wheel, which expands on the sector influence bar over on the side here, right? So now you can see at a glance where the influence is coming from, who has it, the ways in which it's divided. It's pretty damn cool. It's a very boss map. And then check this out. We looked at this a little bit last time, but check it out now. Look at how useful and interesting the sector information is for each individual system. So now we have this chart of the system, the planets and objects in the system, and then the sub-objects rotating around those planets or within the system objects. So now we can look at a glance and we can see the Pamita Cha system, we can see the Sion asteroid belt, planet Lovelace, and then all of the stuff attached to it. Isn't that cool? And this thing just blows me away. Like it's so fun and so cool. And I've been using it like very, very regularly in the various episodes by checking out what's going on predominantly in Cabina, so that at a moment I can know, like, for example, when Mark's character called for help, I took a look at this map and I thought, okay, who is likely to respond to a call for help when somebody calls emergency, right? And when Mark was like, I know it's dangerous because we're probably calling House Crux, I was like, you know what? You're probably not. Let me go look. And I could see at a glance, there's a 91% chance that the people that are going to respond to this are going to be working for Seraph, right? Now, you could theoretically call on aid from House Eridanis, or you could find shelter potentially in House Lyra's base of influence. But this, for me, tells me immediately what is available to characters within this system. And if you're playing your own game set in the Verona universe, which I absolutely encourage you to do, because it's a big ass universe with all kinds of cool lore. So if you want to run your own game, I was going to say at home, but on Roll20 or whatever your personal preference is, this map is so useful to GMs in this setting. It's like, I feel like if we showed this map to the folks that work at like Wizards of the Coast, right? They would be shamed by how good it is. Like, can you imagine if a D&D adventure released with a map this cool, right? An interactive online website you could go and visit, or like an HTML doc you could download, and you could like hover over a city and it would show you all the different NPCs in that city. It would show you like encounter tables for each hex on the map. This puts the Chult map in Tomb of Annihilation to shame. To shame, Wizards of the Coast. This is cool. This is the kind of shit where if I were a kid playing Dungeons and Dragons and you showed this to me, I would lose my goddamn mind. So, Numbers, you're killing it. Thank you so much for making this and continuing to update it. It has very swiftly become my absolute favorite piece of Verona tool set material. Apparently now, check this out. So Numbers has just informed me so check this out. So look, let's see what happens if the House Eridanis party machine on Cabina attacks. Look at this shit. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, so they're the attacker, and then we're gonna defend with the covert transit net. How dare you? And then you can look, there's little boxes for advantage and disadvantage. Look, they have advantage. And then you can just roll, and there's a little thing, and God, it's sorcery. It's sorcery. Look at that. That is fantastic. So damn cool. I love it. Thank you so much, Numbers. Yeah, this is very, very helpful for me. So I don't know. Maybe we'll have an opportunity to try this out today. Maybe. Wink, wink. Let's start the faction turn. Shall we? Should we begin? Let's do the thing. All right. So we've got our usual business to attend to, right? Before we begin, we'll check in. So House Crux is in the midst of a seizure of Gats. House Fornax is working on both the seizure of crates and in the middle of a Blood the Enemy goal. And then Seraph is seizing Thorhill during this turn. So we'll keep an eye on those. The Prism Network also has a Blood the Enemy pending for this turn. And I imagine we will see some more bloodshed as we go along. So let me jump over to the turns here and get us started. Okay, so as I said, it is indeed March. I'm going to move all this stuff over. I'm going to clear this order column, and we will go from there. All right. So first up in our turn order today is the Noble House of Fornax. The Noble House of Fornax is going to be going first today, and we've got some good orders for them. I gotta find the sweet spot for this February turn so it doesn't take up the entire page. There we go. Okay. All right, Fornax, let's get you going. So this faction turn for Fornax, let's give them their money and let's get to it. So House Fornax, they are going to begin by receiving their income of 5 faction credits, bringing them up to a balance of 13. All right, so faction credits of 13. Also, hot damn, Eridanis. Remember when I said at the beginning of a stream, I wonder when a faction is going to get to 100 credits? It seems like most of the trade orders between turns are money going from other factions to Eridanis. So if you need a loan, I know a house that might be able to take care of you. House Eridanis, you are the salute to you. You are the Tom Nook of Acheron Row. Also, yeah, really great to launder money through. So if you need to send money to another faction, but you don't want it to be public, just go ahead and send it to Eridanis. They'll take care of it for you. All right. So let's continue with Fornax's turn here. So House Fornax, they are continuing to look for Blood the Enemy, so they're going to want to deal 4 more damage this turn. Let's see what they are going to get up to. So House Fornax, number 1 in the order, they are going to take the attack action. Surprising, I imagine, a nobody. So they're going to attack, but first they're going to move some stuff around so as to prepare for that attack. So activating their covert shipping unit on Dio Mikado, they're going to move 2 commodities brokers from Dio to Gats. Battlefield Gats. It kind of feels to me like the title of like a Scientology novel, right? L. Ron Hubbard's Battlefield Gats. I wonder whatever happened to Scientologists in the year 3200. Do you think Acheron Row still has any? Triangulum, how do you feel about Scientology? It's got science right there in the name. All right. So this is going to cost them 2 faction credits, which is going to bring them down to 11. So you'll notice that as we do, Scientology has nothing to do with science. I don't know. I saw a building the other day that said Church of Christ Scientist. And I didn't realize that Jesus was a scientist. I've never seen him up on the cross wearing, his protective goggles and his lab coat. So I guess I missed that part of the Bible. Anyway, Fornax has 11 credits now. You'll notice that I do all the math out loud in case I blow it so somebody can hear me and be like, that doesn't sound like the right math, Adam. So, all right. So now they've moved some assets. So let's go ahead and make that reflect on the old spreadsheet there. So House Fornax, here we go. You're moving your commodities brokers from Dio Mikado. Here we go. Dio, commodities broker. There's number 1. So this guy is moving to, here we go. That guy's moving to Gats. There we go. And then they're also moving the 2nd commodities broker from Dio Mikado, which, let's see here. Commodities broker on Gats, commodities broker on Gats. There we go. Okay. So that's done. Now let's go Hotline Dio Mikado, and let's go see what is up. Okay, so on this planet, there are 3 attacks being made. So the first 2, let's do these ones first because they have the same target. These first two attacks belong to House Crux. So, okay, so we've got the 6 hit point commodities broker attacking House Crux, and we've got the 10 hit point commodities broker also attacking House Crux. So on Gats, I don't know what commodity, bones, I guess, ash, dust. They're gonna go broker some commodities against House Crux. So let me jump over. I'm actually gonna check and see if because we could try to use that map. Yeah, mining rights, maybe souvenirs. Actually, while I'm reloading this, the interesting thing, I read a book recently, a sci-fi book called Provenance, and it's basically all about souvenirs. It's about like religious and cultural souvenirs. It's very cool. It's set in the same universe as Ancillary Justice, like that series. Yeah, it's quite good. So yeah, anyway, GATS, let's see. Okay, good. It is updated. Let's, I don't know. Let's do it. Let's make the roll. So we got 2 commodities brokers, and it looks like House Crux is going to block the first attack with their party machine. So let's try it. So this is the 6 of 10 is the attacker. Oh, this is so cool. Okay, 6 of 10 is the attacker. And then we've got the party machine as the defender. I can't get over how cool this is. I love it. Okay. All right. So first we do the attack, and that's it. So House Crux blocks the 6 HP commodities broker with the party machine. I guess I will record that. So Crux blocks with party machine. So it's a Crux political office defending themselves on GATS from like patent trolls, I guess, like commodities brokerage. So this battle, it's weird. You don't often imagine like an office paperwork battle on a dead planet, but you know what? Everything's valuable to somebody for some reason. So maybe GATS will become the Imperial battleground. Maybe this will be like an arena planet when the houses want to scrap it out. So, okay, let's see how it goes. Crux blocks with the party machine. This is I believe, a 6v4 roll. Sure is. Okay, here we go. Oh my God, we get percentages. Look, to hit 72%, to evade 28%. Let's do it. Here we go. Spin those numbers, survey says. And the winner is, by a narrow margin, the House of Fornax. Okay. All right, so Fornax has succeeded, so I'll make a note there. Attack hits, and then we do damage, and I believe there is even, there sure is. Look, there's even a damage indicator here. Watch, let's try it. Here we go. And we deal 6 damage. Okay, is that how it works? Right, so it points at the same number and it shows 6. Oh, that's cool. Right, so it's either you can click attack to make an attack roll, or you can click damage and it uses the same box for a damage roll. That's so clever. Oh my God, this is so cool. Literally made my job so much easier. I don't even need that Roll20 window now. Cool. All right, so 6 damage. Let's go record it. 6 damage to the party machine. 6 damage to that moneymaker. Okay, so on the asset tracker, we're gonna look and we're gonna see here. Where is that? Where is that guy? Let's do it this way. Oh, this is on GATS, so I'm looking at the wrong planet right now. Hold on. There's GATS. There we go. Okay, Crux party machine. It had 8 hit points, or no, it had 10 hit points, and now it has 4. All right, perfect. Okay, so let me note that here. 4 HP remaining. All right, so the second attack. All right, so in this case, we have a stand-in blocker. So the stand-in block is going to be, you gotta appreciate when the 2 siblings are fighting, and then one is like, Mom, House Fornax is picking on me, Mom. So Pixis is gonna step in. So Pixis is gonna block 4 House Crux, and they're going to block with their post-tech industry. Industry. There we go. Post-tech industry. Okay. All right. So House Pixis is going to take that block. So let's pop over to the map one more time, and let's set the 10 HP Commodities Broker as the attacker. And let's set this House Pixis Post-Tech Industry on GATS. God, can you imagine what working in a factory on GATS would be like? Ooh. All right. So Fornax versus Pixis. It's a 45-55 in favor of the defender. Let's roll. Let's see what happens. Survey says, dun, 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 dun. Ooh, another narrow win for Fornax. All right, so Fornax does, it's another attack hits. And that is, how much damage do we do here? Boop. I love the spin. It's just enough time. What? My God. I mean, it is 2d8 damage, so holy shit. All right, 15 damage. Well, I think you got your blood the enemy twice. Nice work. Good job, Fornax. They nuck, and then they buck. All right, so 15 damage to Post-Tech Industry, leaving it in near ruins. I believe it has 1 hit point remaining. Let's take a look. Let's see here. GATS, there we go. House Pixis, Post-Tech Industry. Oh no, the Post-Tech Industry only has 4 hit points. It is annihilated. All right. Oh boy, I get Fornax is gonna get the bill for that. Okay. All right. So that annihilates the Pixis asset. Big ol' 0 HP remaining. And we shut down the Imperial Factory on GATS. I can't wait to see the lore on this one. Holy crap. Okay. All right. So the Post-Tech Industry is closed on this planet. It's destroyed. Before we carry on, let me update the goal here. Obviously, they have definitely achieved their goal. Okay. All right. And now they have one more attack order, because if you're going to attack, you might as well attack, right? So on the asset tracker, I guess I can just record it over here. Yeah. So, okay. So they got one more attack. This final attack is against the Deathless. So on Dio Mikado, the very badly beat up strike fleet is going to make an attack on the Deathless. All right. So let me pop over to the map here. Let's go back to Dio Mikado. Actually, using the map is going to help me a lot in terms of like finding where places are, because I always forget, right? Okay, so here's Dio. So it is the Fornax strike fleet is the attacker, and the Deathless. I think there's supposed to be there it is. There's a base of influence. That is the defender, because that's all there is. So here we go. Boop. So I got 1 hit point. So, oh, it was close. All right, another successful attack for Fornax, dealing X amount of damage, where X is any number. 7 damage. Okay, all right. So let's see here. Block with the BOI, because that's all there is. I have a last minute announcement. House Serpens would like to do a reroll on that. So let me make the note here first, and then so Serpens is going to step in and reroll against the strike fleet. The Psychic Council has warned the Deathless of this oncoming attack. So Deathless, block with base of influence. Okay, base of influence. Attack succeeds, right? Attack hits. Serpens reroll. Okay, so in this case, now I feel like, and Serpens. So okay, so was this? What were the results? Are these the same results? Because I don't want to. Yeah, I need to know which one to reroll, and I don't actually have the rolling tool available to me right now. I guess I could try to dig it up somewhere. It was 12 v8. Fornax rolled a 12. Okay, So does that mean we want to roll I can just roll the defense again? Yeah, see, this last minute type shit. Yeah, if you've got the tool. Okay, good. Yeah, so Serpens is going to hug me the tool again. So you can just press defense or attack. Oh, perfect. Okay. Thank you, Night Eyes. Okay, all right. So rerolling the Deathless's defense. So it was 12 v8. So we're rerolling the 8. Here we go. So we need a 12 or higher. 12 or higher to evade the attack. Here we go. Oh, so close. All right. So same result. Same result for Deathless. It was a close one. You know, there's a difference between knowing the future and having the future go the way you want. So Serpens reroll, attack stands, I guess hit stands, and it deals any amount of damage. So any damage kills, 0 HP remaining. Okay. All right. So let's go and adjust that. So on the assets here now I can go down to Dio Mikado and we can remove this Deathless BOI. So the base is destroyed. Here we go. Okay. And then that means 1 faction damage to the Deathless. So their HP have been reduced down to 29. There we go. Okay. And then I think that's it. Yeah, they advance their seizure 1 more turn. So that continues. They've succeeded at Blood the Enemy, which gives them 2 experience? Okay. All right. And House Fornax would like me to tell you the following. Revenge sounds so mean. That's why we prefer to call it returning the favor. Hot damn. Awesome. All right. So House Fornax has returned the favor, and we are ready to carry on. All right. So our second turn today. There we go. I'm just adjusting my spreadsheet. Our second turn today, speaking of Serpens, comes from House Serpens. So House Serpens, you are number 2 today. Let's reorder the spreadsheet, and we will begin digging into your turn. Okay. All right. So number 2, House Serpens. Serpens submitted a very sassy turn order this turn, and I'm going to read it verbatim. So House Serpens begins their turn with 16 fac creds. 16 as in our suite, plus 5 as in what I have on it, income, resulting in blackjack. Listen, it's 21 is how many you have. 21, you nerds. Yeah, okay. All right. So they have 21 fac creds. Okay. All right. So their goal, they're going to choose a new goal, and it's going to be, I guess I can note it and then do it. So their new goal is Wealth of Worlds. Okay. I did, Chun. Yeah, I charged Fornax for the movement. Yep. So their new goal is Wealth of Worlds, the cost of which is the number of squares in the opening of the Brady Bunch. And they are going to, I believe they're going to spend that. So that's 9. So spend 9 fac creds. Right, completing their goal, right? Complete goal. All right, so let's do that. House Serpens, so that is 11, so 12 fac creds. Okay. You didn't give Fornax the XP and cleared the goal. Yes, I did. Yeah, look, they have 15 now. They started with 13. Yep. Thanks for keeping an eye on it, though. Okay, all right, so choose goal, Wealth of Worlds, cost 9 fac creds. That's the claim here. Let's double check on that. Yeah, wealth times, is it 12, not 9? Let me look. Did you blow your math again, friends? Let me give you your credits back. Everything's okay. You just won't be able to. Okay, so do you want to spend the whole 12? The problem is, so I guess here's the thing. Now I have to choose at what point these things invalidate, right? Because they said they wanted to spend 9 FAC creds to complete the goal. 9 FAC creds means it's not enough. So if they spend the 12, the concern, you can spend 9, but the goal isn't complete yet, right? Because the problem is the action is that you want to buy a party machine. You know what? Let me check to see if your full turn is doable this way, and then we'll go from there. Because if you can completely finish your turn, I know what you intended, and I tend to, anybody who has missed the turn order submission deadline, you know that I tend to be gentle about it. Now we'll check the rules, because if the goal demands that you spend all at once, that's what's happening. So let's double check. Now I actually do have the book here, so let's have a quick look. Let's see, where are goals? There we go. Wealth of Worlds. Spend FAC creds equal to 4 times on bribes and influence. This money is effectively lost, but the goal is considered accomplished. The faction's wealth rating must increase. So it doesn't actually say you have to spend it all at once. Yeah, so you can spend 9 now. So I guess that's what we'll have to do, right? I know what your intent was, but we'll follow the letter, and because it doesn't break the rules, this could have been a normal submission. I know you intended to finish it, but that's okay. It's fine. You can polish it off next turn. So let's spend 9 of 12. So wow, progress. 9 of 12. There we go. Okay. All right. So you're still working on it. And that brings you down to 12. There we go. And then they're going to take their action, and they are going to spend 9 FAC creds towards the goal. They're going to take the action buy asset, and they're going to buy a party machine on Roa. Okay, and that costs the same number of FAC creds that you find on the black ball in billiards. All right, so we need a House Serpens. House Serpens. Summoning sick party machina, and that is on Roa. There we go. Okay, cool. All right, and they're ending balance, just to check the math, which, you know, I can't really give anybody a hard time for not being able to do math, because hi. Hello, my name's Adam Coble. Maybe you've met me before. All right, and so they should have the same number of FAC creds as you yell when you hit a golf ball. And that's it. That's Serpens. Thank you, Serpens. We'll keep trying, all right? You and me, snakies, we'll just keep trying. All right, cool. So next up is, let me make my notes here on the old GM spreadsheet. Okay, so next up we have the Trilliant Ring. So let's go find the Trilliant Ring and start processing their turn. So this time, Trilliant Ring is 3rd in the order. There we go. That's right, Outro. I'm the Space Master, not the do basic elementary math a 5-year-old could do master. Exactly. That's right. Adding 6 and 7 together? Not on my watch. Actually, my watch does have a 6 and a 7 on it, so I guess I could. Anyway, so okay, here we go. Trilliant Ring, number 3 in the order. Let's get to it. So Trilliant, they're going to begin by setting their new goal to blood the enemy. Kind of sounds like the name of a rapper, honestly. So blood the enemy. So let's do that on the faction tracker here. Trilliant Ring. There we go. Blood the enemy. And they are what? 5, 6, 7, 8. 15? Because it's all your stats added together for blood the enemy, right? You'd think I'd know this by now, but let's take a look. Total force, cunning, and wealth. Okay, yeah, it's 15. Yeah, look at me. I did it. I didn't blow up the math. I did it right this time. Okay, so we are going to get Trilliant Ring, Blood the Enemy. They have 15 damage they need to deal. I bet you can guess what they're going to get up to this turn. First, they get money. So let's bring their money up to 30. Yep, 30. There we go. Okay. And now they're going to take the attack with 3 T's, the attack action. Okie doke. So first of all, there is some movement to be done, as often precedes these things. So there's that. All right. So I'm not going to put lines in between these because I think it's going to make this turn very long. So they're activating their covert shipping to move counterintelligence from Trilliant 9 to Verona. Okay. So let me sort by Trilliant Ring here. Cries in Trilliant Ring. All right. So first things first, counterintelligence unit to Verona. Counterintel to Verona. I always feel like if I was ever put in a counterintelligence squad, like I get what they're for, right? They're for like rooting out spies and stuff. But I feel like it would be sad to put on your resume like, hi, I'm the captain of the counterintelligence squad. I hate smarts and I stamp them out wherever I go. All right, so that moves them to Verona. They're going to activate the transit web on Trilliant 9, opening a channel between Trilliant 9 and Navette, moving the commodities broker and party machine on Trilliant 9 to Navette. Okay, so a commodities broker to Navette. And they're going to move a party machine on Trillia to Navette as well. Yeah, that's right. My math skills are counterintelligence. Okay, all right. Yeah, right. Or maybe you're really smart about decorating your kitchen. You have counterintelligence. Okay, all right. So move that to Navette. Activate the transit web on Trilliant 9, opening transit between Verona and Navette, moving the commodities broker on Verona to Navette. Okay, commodities broker on Verona. Let's look for commodities brokers. There's one on Navette. There's one on Navette there. There's our Heroin one. Okay, so it was hiding behind my dome. All right, so this one is also going to Navette. So that costs them 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 faction credits, bringing them down to 27. Okay, good. And I'm sure that's the end of their turn, right? They just want to move some. No, that's not it. That's not the end of their turn. If you've been paying attention to the propaganda channel, you will see. Okay. All right. So the Trilliant Ring, we got a corporate war, 3 commodities brokers, 2 party machines, and some zealots, battlefield Navette. It is a corporate war in the expanse against the Prism Network. So the Prism Network is being attacked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times so far on this planet, and I guess we'll just take these one step at a time, shall we? This takes me back. This takes me way back. It's like an old high church order. Okay, so let me just get the formatting ready, and then we'll go and take advantage of numbers hard work. Okay, all right. So let's see here. We got first defense. This is going to be Prism defends with 1 HP Monopoly. Okay, so commodities broker against a Prism media Monopoly. And let's see how it goes. Time to take a look at our planet. Just reload this guy. I don't know if I'm actually having to reload it. I was about to say something that would prove that I don't know how the internet works. I was about to be like, I don't know, maybe it's JavaScript. I don't know what I'm saying. That doesn't mean anything. Okay, so Navette. Where are you, Navette? There you are. Ooh, it's getting spicy up here. Okay. All right, so, haha, it is JavaScript. Ha ha ha, I win. Okay. Yeah, did I miss there should be, let's double check. 3 commodities brokers, a party machine. So there should be two Navette party machines. I might have missed somebody. Yeah. Let me take another quick look on the asset tracker. So they moved commodities broker and party machine. Oh, there it is, from Verona to Navette. Okay, let's see. Party machine, Koshe, party machine, Navette. That one's good. Party machine, Verona. Oh, this is the one. Yeah, this is the one that I missed. Okay, perfect. All right, so that one is also on Navette. Yeah, there you go. The new map is already helping being able to visualize it in a new way. Yeah, seriously. Big ups. Okay, so let's refresh this bad boy. Give that JavaScript a chance to rework. I can also use the same party machine, so it doesn't really matter. I just need the stats. Okay, all right. So first things first, commodities broker. Here we go. Commodities broker is the attacker. Prism's let's see, where are you here? Prism's 1 hit point monopoly is the defender. Prism has indicated they would like to use the consulate, the exchange consulate tag, to gain advantage on the first defense. Because right now, 7v5, but let's give them advantage. Oh, look at that. It recalculates the math. Oh my God, look. So without advantage, it's a 28% chance. With advantage, it's a 42% chance. Oh, that's nice. Cool. Okay, here we go. Rolling that attack. Trilliant versus Prism. Shot number 1. Here we go. No, it's advantage on the defense. Yeah. Hey, there you go. Okay. So Prism successfully defends with the 13. So let's go and mark that. Oops, drink. Okay. All right. So, attack miss. Here we go. Meaning counterattack damage, right? D6. That's how this works. I only do this once a month. You'd think 21 times later I'd figure it out. Okay. So, counter damage, and it's a D6, right? So let's see if there's a way for me to roll. Oh, I guess it's attack is a D6 and counter is also a D6. So that's fine. So I can just roll straight up. All right, here we go. Survey says 1 damage. Poke. Okay, I mean, it would have been enough to take out the Monopoly, so cool. Okay. All right, counter damage, 1 HP. Perfect. All right, so let's go to the asset tracker. Now, what I gotta do is I gotta make sure we do these like top to bottom. So I wonder if I can, let's sort this way first and then sort that way and see if there we go. Perfect. Look at me. Spreadsheets. I can make them work. Okay, so the first one that attacked takes 1 damage, bringing it down to 9. Okay. That is 1 point on Prism's Blood the Enemy, right? Because Prism is also trying to deal damage. So they don't mind being attacked. There you go. Okay. Cool. Let's do it again. So since it's still alive, the Prism defends with the 1 HP Monopoly. Put on your top hat. Jam that monocle in your eye. Let's see if this Monopoly can be a hero. So let's do the same old roll. Okay. So we got a second commodities broker, which is our attacker. And we have a 1 hit point Monopoly as our defender. Now, no advantage this time because they've already got that advantage. Let's go ahead and make that roll. Here we go. Whoop. 72% chance to hit. Does the XCOM rule hold out? Ooh, it's a tie. It's a tie. So 1d6 damage to the commodities broker. Any amount of damage to the Monopoly will kill it. So we're going to deal this damage. Okay, and then we're going to deal this damage. All right, 8 and 2. Okay, so it's a tie. 8 and 2 for damage. Okay, attack. I guess we can just say tie. So 8, quote unquote, 8 damage, right? 8 damage to Monopoly, 2 damage to Commodities Broker. It actually only deals 1 damage. No, overflow damage does not count. So this is 1 for each of them. So this goes to 2. Trilliant gets a point for theirs. And we delete and deal that damage. So second Commodities Broker takes 2, bringing it down to 8. And now we got to go Prism Network. You are 1 HP Monopoly. Brave Monopoly is now toast. Oh, that's right. They did 2 damage. That's right. So it should be 1 more. Yeah. Okay. So it's actually 3 for Prism. Perfect. Thank you. Okay. So God rest ye, merry Monopoly. You did well. So let's continue on with the attacks. Next up, that old familiar favorite, Prism Monopoly. So Prism is going to defend with their full HP Monopoly, but it's the same numbers. So Commodities Broker versus a Monopoly over on Navette. Okay, the little Monopoly that could, right? I kind of love that. I love those little, I think this happened a lot in Swan Song, especially on, with Oninsa, right? Like on the battles on Oninsa, there were a lot of those like 1 hit point fighters still holding on. All right, so Commodities Broker attacks, Monopoly defends, and no modifier. Here we go. 72% chance to hit. Oh dear, we got an 8. We got an 8. Hot damn! All right, a success for Prism. Prism defends successfully. The attack does not hit. So the attack is a miss. Counter damage. Honestly, this is kind of an upset. Like this mathematically, this should not be happening. All right, three counter damage. All right, so 3 damage to Commodities Broker. All right, so that Commodities Broker, this was our 3rd one, right? Navette, Almori, Navette. Here we go. So this one goes down to 7, right? It was 3 damage. Is that what I got? Yep, 3 damage. Okay, that increases Prism's Blood the Enemy to 6. Here we go. Okay, and that's the Commodities Brokers. Nothing dies this turn. Let's continue with the Party Machines. All right, so Prism is going to defend with the 12 hit point Monopoly because it's still alive. Let's see, Party Machine versus Monopoly. Okay. Party Machine attacker, Monopoly defender. Here we go. Now this is a 45-55 in favor of Prism. Things are starting to slip a little in favor of the defenders here. Let's see if the upset flips too. And a survey says, ooh, 13 on the hit. And a 10. All right, so we've flipped it now. Trilliant hits, dealing 2d6 damage. Oh, only 4. All right, Trilliant hits, dealing 2d6 damage. Okay, attack hits. 2d6 damage, which came out to 4. 4 damage to Monopoly. Okay, so let's record that. 4 more damage on Blood the Enemy for the Trilliant Ring, bringing them up to 5. And dealing damage to the Prism. Where are you? What am I looking for here? Monopoly, there it is. Okay, down to 8, right? This deals 4 damage. 4 damage, perfect. Okay, all right. So same, right? Same thing's happening again, right? They're gonna defend, but in this time, it is a 8 hit point Monopoly. Same as above, less hit points this time. And let's just go ahead and roll again. All right, 5 versus 6 in favor of the defender. And away we go. Oh, 14. 14 on 13. Apparently 5v6 is the new meta. Apparently this is how you win fights. Just have 1 less point than your enemy. All right, so this is a hit. It deals 2d6 damage. 8 or better destroys the Monopoly. 6 damage. Okay. All right. So attack hits for 6 damage. 6 damage to Monopoly. Bringing it down to 2 hit points. There we go. And increasing the blood the enemy to 11. Now, will they get it? Will they make it? Last but not least, Zealots. So now the Zealots, I think don't they damage themselves when they attack? I think. Let me double check that. I believe they do. Actually, I wonder. Yeah, they deal 1d4 damage to themselves. Now that happens as part of the attack, right? Let's take a look. Zealots. Yeah, force v force, 2d6 damage. Here we go. Take 1d4 damage each time they launch a successful attack or perform a counterattack. So if they fail, they don't damage themselves. Okay. All right. Thorgbred Zealots. But they're Trilliant Zealots. Okay. All right. Yeah. So same defense, right? As long as it is alive, it will, that Prism Monopoly. I like how they're like, they take out a monopoly with a commodities broker. It's a shell company for another monopoly. That gets whittled down by politics. And then finally, they're like, fuck it, let's just go blow it up. Go blow up the building the monopoly is in. Just go do it. Okay. All right. So here we go. And yeah, this is literally like guns, bombs, arson. This is a physical attack on a facility. So if the players were on Nivette right now, this would be the kind of thing where I'm like, yeah, you're driving down the street and a building explodes nearby and then it shows up on the news and like that sort of stuff. Yeah. Pretty intense. Yeah. Guns, bombs, sharp sticks, rocks, etc. Okay. So they are going to defend with their 2 hit point Monopoly. Let's see if these Zealots can blow up the Monopoly building. Yeah, let's do it. These Zealots were, they're deathless trained Zealots too. Cool. See, this is what I love. I love the idea of tracking an individual unit as it goes between hands and like gets moved from faction to faction and like what planet it was created on. There's so much nuanced lore available in this game. Pretty damn cool. All right, so Zealots, they are attacking the Monopoly. Mr. Moneybags here. Okay. And it's 3v3, 55, 45. I think it's just the same for both of them, but let's try it out. Here we go. Last attack of the phase. We got 11 on the attack. Ooh, and a 4 on the defense. Okay. All right. Yeah, 45 to evade, but not to tie. That's right. Math slightly favors the attacker because ties, they both succeed. Okay, so it's a success for Trilliant, dealing 8 damage, 2 damage. Okay. So let's start there. So defend with a 2. So attack hits. Quote unquote 8 damage to the Monopoly. 0 HP remaining. Not OP. Here we go. Sorry, this is behind my head. 0 HP remaining. And the Zealots, we're going to roll a d4 to see what happens to them. But let me finish with this part of the attack. So the Monopoly is destroyed. Okay. And then the goal of Blood the Enemy goes up to 12. No, 14, right? Or 13, sorry, because it deals 2 damage, not 8. So that brings them up to 13 of 15. Okay. And then they're going to deal a d4 damage to themselves. So I actually do need just like a random dice roller. So let's roll a d4. They deal themselves 4 damage. Okay. So Zealots deal themselves 4 damage. 0 HP remaining, which is really for Zealots pretty much the best way that they can go out, destroying an enemy asset. So let's get rid of those Zealots for the Trilliant Ring. And they are gone. Nice. That's right, shiny and gold on the Navette Road. Okay, so I believe that's everything. They blew himself up. The self wound doesn't give anybody anything for Blood the Enemy. The Trilliant Ring does have an announcement for me to read. So let me just pull that up for you. Okay. All right. So, dear sir or madam, it has come to our attention that the Prism Network has violated a number of Expanse regulatory sanctions. As the Emperor's representative for trade regulation in the Trilliant Expanse, we'd like to remind the Prism Corporation that attempts to abridge trade through Navette shall not be tolerated. Following an investigation into your activities regarding vagrant mining and shipping interest BX420 LUSC, we found your paperwork and payment of regulatory fees unsatisfactory. In absence of regulatory payments, you are hereby ordered to cease and desist operations on Navette. Your assets shall be confiscated as well as any financial vehicles associated with those transactions. Further attempts at unregulated marketing in the Trilliant Expanse may result in an immediate revocation of your Trilliant registered trademark trade license. Love, Trilliant Ring, ISC. Can these golden-hearted bastards even love anyone? I do love it. I do love it when the corporations fight. It's like when two brands on Twitter get into a fight. XOXO gossip trail. I love it. Thank you for that spicy turn, Trilliant Ring. Lovely. Good work on both parties' behalf in the ongoing struggle on Navette. Very nice. Thank you, everybody. Let's carry on. Our next faction coming up next, and not down at the bottom for fucking once, the House of Lyra. So House Lyra is number 4 on the list. So let's shove them. Oops, they are number 4. There we go. And number 4 over here. I know, right? Not going last. So un-Lyra. Okay. So House Lyra, for your turn, number 4. I am ready to begin. All right. So the House of Lyra, they are going to increase their monies to 17. There we go. They're still working on Peaceable Kingdom, which chances are pretty good they are going to get. They're going to take the repair action. So let's make a note here. Okay. So action, repair. And they are going to repair they're going to repair their HP, doing the repair faction action to bring them back from the brink and increase their HP by 3. Okay, so that brings them up to 5, costs them a faction credit, bring them down to 16. They do indeed get a 2 of 4 in their Peaceable Kingdom. There we go. And they have another, I'm going to actually just charge them for this right now so I don't forget. They have one last post-order move to make. And they are going to move the smugglers from Navette to Yakia. Okay. So, Lyran smugglers, who I think might be my favorite unit on the board. I'll be very sad if these smugglers ever die. They're my favorite. I love them. They're just a bunch of like poet pirates. Every time I think of this ship, I just think like, man, those smugglers would be fun to hang out with. Or like really not fun, but in a fun way. It's the Goth boat. The House Lyra ship, Robert Smith. The HLS Boys Don't Cry. Okay, so there we go. Do I have anything else that I owe you, Lyra? I owe you a recitation. No, smugglers, I believe they just move on their own, but that is I can double check. We can double check that. So House Lyra's smugglers, where are they? They're a cunning asset. For 1 fact cred, they can transport themselves or any special forces. Yep. So we're good. Yep. All right. So, as I promised, a poem. Lyra, when you call our name, it's like a warning. There's a danger in the things you say, but we know we want it. Every single move we make, it's now a chance to win. So come now, Lyra, bring us there. I feel like I know this song. I'm just not going to sing it. Come together, Lyra. Sing as one now, true spirit. Come together, Lyra. Strike as one now, deadly storm. Come together, Lyra. Act as one now, fell shadow. We are yours to do as you see fit. Ominous. Ominous poetry from House Lyra. Ominous poetry. Hashtag ominous poetry. Wicked riff. Awesome. All right. Thank you, House Lyra, for your turn submission. Coming up next, it is a relaxing time with the Democratic Mandate. I do love a good mandate. Okay. All right. So let's just go ahead and slide into the DMs here. Okay, there you go. You're gonna have to keep an eye on it up there above the great black void I find myself in. All right. So the name of this turn, because every turn is an act that the Democratic Mandate places. This is the Fear and Loathing Act of 3201, the Field Education Assessment Report and Lively Oration Against Violent Engagement of Interim Non-Patrician Governments Act. I just said a bunch of words and I don't know what they mean. I mean, sure, government stuff. Good. All right, double stamp it, send it over. I am already asleep. Perfect. Okay, so let's give them their credits. Credits where credits are due. So how do we do here? 9. There we go. Okay. And here we go. So got 9. And then they're not going to take a goal. So they're going to take the use asset ability. And they are very sweet. They gave me all the rules. They gave me all the rules for their assets right in their orders. Thank you, Democratic Mandate. My favorite thing is when people make my job easier. All right, so they're going to activate their post-tech industry on EOS Queen. We're going to roll a d6 and see what happens. Here we go. Roll the d6. We got a 4. All right. So look at this, and I can just do that. Look, it's so good. Okay. So gain a faction credit. Nice. Post-tech industry on EOS is up and running. So you go up to 10 fac creds. Nicely done. They're going to move their demagogue from man to Imperial Prime. Let's go ahead and move that over. Democratic Mandate. Here we go. Demagogue on man to Imperial Prime. Very nice. Okay. And then they're going to activate their surveyors to move surveyors from Prime to Ukiah. Surveyors from Prime to Ukiah. And then from Hyra to, Party on Gats just keeps getting bigger. Okay. All right. So that costs them another 2, I believe. Right? One for each. Or do the surveyors move for free? Let's see. They're like children at a Denny's. Surveyors move for free? Let me see. Aw. I just got a craving for Denny's. And then I was like, I can't go to Denny's. Oh, what a sad time. As an action, they can be moved. Okay, perfect. So it doesn't cost them a thing, meaning they stay at 10 fac creds, minus the 1 for moving to Prime. And there we go. Okay, so give me a quick second here to make sure I've got my volume, my level set up here. I have a brief presentation. I have a brief presentation from the Democratic Mandate. Everybody get your cardigan, put on your tortoiseshell glasses, sit down in a wood-paneled room, turn on your old-timey radio. It's time. It's time for the Democratic Mandate.
Still, I'd say when people think House Lyra, few of them think advancement of non-human rights. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, of course. That might just as well be because the symposium doesn't have what you would call a high public profile. Regardless, both human and non-human are parts of the here. These parts affect each other in every moment, and working with the symposium can be a great boon to Lyrans in understanding the here in all of its facets.
As well as launch a number of successful political careers, I imagine.
That is generally how positive change is made in Acheron, yes.
Thank you, Valentina. I'm sure our listeners appreciate some in-house insight into the Prism headlines. But there's much more news worth talking about, which we'll get to right after these messages from our sponsors. Stay tuned.
I love it. It's so relaxed. I feel like I'm driving around in my car listening to the CBC and I'm like, this sounds incredibly important, but I'm also bored to tears. But I'm going to listen because it sounds important, but I don't understand it. But I like to think that I know things about the news so that later if someone is like, hey, what do you think about Lyra joining the symposium? I can think, I heard about this on public radio. Thank you so much, Democratic Mandate. Always a pleasure. Very nicely produced. In character, like interviews like that, so good. That kind of stuff's so fantastic. So thank you. Thank you, Democratic Mandate. Yeah, right. It's that old BBC, NPR, CBC, like public radio voice. Yeah, absolutely. I love it. Every time, just tickles me pink.